Hi everyone. Welcome, welcome. This is the yearly reading. All right, y'all. This is the yearly reading. This is the yearly reading for 2024. All right, you all. The horoscopes are slowly being curated. The January monthly message is already posted on the website. The yearly walkthrough, the written version at least, that is almost ready. All right, you all, just be patient with this. Just be patient with this. Just be patient with this, okay? All right, you all, y'all know I'm a one-band show. Excellent. All right, you all, welcome back. All right, to prepare for this yearly message, to prepare for this monthly message is what I heard in my ear. So first things first, I need us to read January's monthly message. I need us to read the winter solstice, the winter solstice. The video is uploaded on YouTube. Y'all know I'm shadow banned, all right? Y'all know I'm shadow banned. All right, so the yearly reading is posted on, sorry, not yearly reading, oh my goodness, the winter solstice reading is posted on the website. The winter solstice video is available on YouTube. Okay, you all, it is available on YouTube. Okay, you all, it is available on YouTube. You're like, why are you talking like this? Because my bottom retainer, I flossed it today, and one of the wires is poking out, so it's accidentally poking me. All right, you all. So bear with me as I bear with this. So let's get ready for this reading. Y'all know, look. This chart looks, it's a little rundown, a little torn on the edges, a little written all over, front and back, but y'all, I ain't got no type notes yet. I'm writing everything out, so bear with me. Alrighty, you all would love to send a love offering. If you all would love to send a love offering, if you all would love to send a love offering, the link to Cash App is in the Linktree link in the description box below, but it's also in the description box below. The link to the Amazon wish list is in the Linktree link in the description box below, but it's also in the description box below. Okay, you get it? The link to the website is in the Linktree link in the description box below, but it is also in the description box below. Bravo, period. That's what I'm talking about. Excellent. Memorization, flip the cards over, see it, stuff like that, strategic understandings, all those reviews, all those hand-eye coordination, memory, reflexes, learning is very influential for this year. Okay? Perfect, excellent, wonderful. I'm gonna try to make this video really short because y'all know I can be on here if we ain't read no notes on here for hours. Okay, if you all would like a more personalized understanding of this, the horoscopes will be available on the website, but there will also be some more goodies in the making, right? There's some goodies in the making. There are some goodies in the making that will assist us for this year. But yeah. All right, you all, please remember to do your 3 deep cleansing baths. We're gonna breathe in from our nose, a nice deep breath. We're gonna hold it. We're gonna slowly exhale. I see a door. You feel me? I see a door when I close my eyes, and there is an uncertainty, like for us to walk in that threshold. You feel me? It's like, ooh, what will happen next? How do you prepare yourself for uncertainty? How do you prepare yourself for, the next start of a goal, right? We didn't get here where we are just stumbling and bubbling and walking. You feel me? No, there was some direction, there was some path, there was some focus that we felt. You feel me? There was some focus that we were pushed into. You feel me? Maybe we had parents who guided us. You feel me? Showed us. But there's a threshold there, and it may seem a little, scary. It may seem a little enchanted. It may seem a little unfamiliar. And every year is unfamiliar. Every time you walk out the door, it's unfamiliar. But we have patterns, we have habits, we got routines that allow us to, like, you feel me, to still walk through it. I need us to be mindful about that. I need us to check our fear. I need us to check our emotions. I need us to really check how we feel deep down inside. You feel me? When we all alone by ourselves. I need us to really check it out. I really need us to be very mindful of how we really feel in situations. You feel me? Like, I give you a really good one. Say for instance, somebody be like, "Oh, can you do me a favor?" You know damn well you want to do no motherfucking favor. You know damn well you do not want to do nobody no favor. This is kind of giving Saturn Moon, okay? We're getting too deep. But you learning to pick and choose your battles. Learning to pick and choose your energy levels, what you can invest yourself in, your energy level in, who you can invest in, your energy level in. I would, to be honest, on some high-key, low-key, just to, like, kind of jump into this message. I will watch people's behaviors, people's actions, people's words, because the words and those actions, they're not lying. But also, if we're signing contracts, there is something in fine print that is small that we are not reading, misreading, not understanding. Clarification is something that we need to do this year. Clarification, my love. Clarify. Well, sweetheart, really, what does that mean? It takes nothing away from you, honestly. If people really know you feel me? People know their job. If people really know what they know, they wouldn't mind explaining it. Explain it to me like I'm 5. Explain it to me. We want to get into woodworking activities, building houses, which is, hey, if we both left and right talking to me, look, let's talk about some making houses, holding essences. You know, we can make houses for the cardinals and the birds out there. That'd be really good. Looking at this chart, that'd be really good, honestly. Girl, that'd be super duper good. Like, if we each started caring more about I like that. If we each start caring about the planets outside of ourselves, really what I'm saying when I'm saying that, it's just outside of our house, the people, the situations, the environments, I want to say insects. Like, you feel me? Like not birds, what is this called? Ants, and then like butterflies, worms. So I'm seeing a lot with this. I'm seeing that people are going to start a lot more butterfly gardens. Plus, wonderful, excellent. But I then feel like we also need to incorporate that whole wildflower growing into like a garden, into our own home environment. We need to really implement that if we're going to be doing that. Pollinators, 100%. But we need to go back to the building of houses. We also might get into just regularly putting things up. So maybe you want to start building your own bookcases. Maybe you want an IKEA more. You're like, whole time I need to start learning to read all this stuff, to learn how to build it, so I know how to put my stuff up together, and I ain't got to pay the $150 to allow me or my kid to come out and put it together. You feel me? You ain't got to do that. So yeah, let's do our deep breaths and let's get into this. All right, you all. Excellent. So, you all, we are going to look at what on the chart? What is the first thing we look at on the chart? And I hear you all saying sun and moon. That is chef kiss 100%. But that's a little too far, 2 steps ahead of ourselves. Let's look at the I heard ascendant, but then I also heard deacon, and I'm like, if we're reading this chart from the background, from the back, stand up. But we're not doing that, right? We're not doing that. So this chart, you all, the ascendant is, oh wow, I want to keep saying Virgo. Virgo, stand up. Virgos, we will talk about you all. We will most definitely have to talk about you all. We have to talk about you all because the moon is in Virgo, okay? Chef kiss, I'm going to love this. But ascendant is in Libra 10. And immediately what I think about is diamonds. Diamonds, diamonds, diamonds. Diamonds, the card, yes. Diamonds, the physical material, yes. I honestly also think about fashion, fast fashion. I also think about fashion over the years, okay? I'm thinking about, what is that called? You know how people used to have really good leather, really good jeans, and it'd be like longevity. Oh, that's what it's about. Longevity of fashion, longevity of clothes. But let's talk about longevity of people. We might be starting to think about our own morality, our own mortality, okay? Morality and mortality. That means we also need to be thinking about our nutrition. We also need to be thinking about our health. We also need to be thinking about the things that we connect and to grasp and to, I guess, more so invest ourselves in things that we are investing in, okay? And that could be money, you feel me? That could be relationships. That could be all that good, wonderful, fabulous things. That could be your, what is it called when people go out there and you put money and you hold it. I don't know what it's called, but I'm drawing a blank, y'all. I'm not even thinking about what it is. Stocks. That's what it's called. Stocks might really be very important this year. 100%. But right now, I need us to think about the perspectives that we get from others. I like that. The perspectives that we get from others. And that is a wonderful and fabulous thing. But there's some things we need to be very mindful of, especially following. Who are we following? What habits, what moralities, what paths we're passing off as ours. That means we can also be having and carrying a lot of things that are personally not ours. We need to be very mindful about that this year. I'm not gonna lie to you all, when I'm doing this message, it kind of just feels like an out-of-body experience. So we as people need to be very mindful of our connection with our head and our body, you feel me? But also like pick up like what's going on in the environment. I just need us to be very mindful about that. Like our head, how our head feels, how our body feels, how the environment feels, okay? So I'm not gonna lie to y'all, our eyes is on the others. That's what it is. Our eyes is on the others. Our perspective is on the others. So what we gonna do? We gonna take all these situations when we engage in with other people, excuse me, even the many layers of ourselves, you feel me? We are a singular person, but we have so many different identities, so many different layers, so many different facets, so many different hats within us. And this is a perfect year of realizing the many dances that we do, you feel me, within an everyday life, within our years, within our lifetime. But also really what that means and really what that looks like, okay? Wonderful. So I want to keep going. I'm not gonna lie to you. Libra 10, I'm not gonna lie to you, it very much means we need to very much pay attention to stories, traditions, histories. I don't want to say they're easy to play out, but it's giving they're very much easy to play out. And if we don't know the story, we can very much replay stories because we just don't know, right? We just don't know. We don't know the story, right? So how do we know exactly how to step, exactly how to stand, exactly how to move, right? That's something we have to be open and be aware of. Also, since we know that this year is on the sense of others, we need to be communicating. We need to learn how to converse and work with others. This is a year of learning to like personal space. Learning personal space and then learning personal space within a crowd. This is a really good year of learning personal etiquette. This is a really good year of learning. It's kind of giving, you know, people say that they don't really want to like go out to eat together because they don't want to eat by themselves type thing. This is one of those years people be like, you know what? I'm going to try to do that. It's giving that, okay? But it's more of a like, We have to understand and learn how to trust and understanding ourselves to work with the flow. You feel me? So it's a whole lot of trusting that needs to go on and needs to be developed. Wonderful. So if we're understanding that Libra 10 is the ascendant, I just want to talk about what's touching the ascendant. So 16, one of my favorite asteroids, Icarus Daddy. Icarus Daddy, stand up. I'm not gonna mispronounce this man's name, so in my head I say Daedalus, but I don't think that's how you say it. But it's one of the asteroids that circle close to Earth. Okay, so since it's circle closest to Earth, I can't even think about really what the asteroid belt is called because they circle so close to Earth. I'm focused on this chart right now, okay? But these are one of the asteroids. And I think that we need to be very mindful about asteroids that circle close to Earth because these are stories that are constantly playing out or more so interlooping with us far more than we knowing about. You feel me? We all like, yeah, we got planets. Yeah, we got that star. You feel me? That star in the sky. Shout out to the sun, right? Shout out to the sun. But we got other characters, other perspectives, other loops going on in the story. And the whole time, if we're not actively aware of it, Libra 10th house. Libra 10 degree ascendant. If we're not actively aware of what's going on, what's impacting us, you feel me? We just blindly walking. We just blindly moving. So that also goes into like not being aware of the movement. But my thing with diamonds, my thing with Libras is that it's all about the perspective. You watching this video right now, you have the strength to step into and to make the perspective, to step into the perspective that you are, thinking about. My thing with Libras, their gifts is visualization. So you now need to see it. You need to believe it. You feel me? You need to then like honor it and walk with it. What does this goal need? You feel me? If you like staying in your house like, oh yeah, I'm finna get me a log cabin. It's finna be nice. It's finna be super warm. And you ain't start putting that you ain't start collecting no logs. You ain't get yourself one of them hammers and the thingy to saw the stuff down. You didn't get you a crew to start, you feel me, getting your house together. You ain't picked no lot on the land. So are you really dedicated to that cause? Are you really, dedicated to that idea, that approach? It's given a no. It's a no. So diamonds. I love diamonds. Diamonds is all about whose perspective is it? Diamonds are also talking about, very creative, very getting things out the mud, but it's really about the paradigm in which you're seeing things on. Diamonds, Libras can open, can shift paradigms. And that's what I need us to understand is that we are opening and shifting paradigms. So with this, we can't be in no fixed mindset, right? We can't even have that. Libra already telling us our airways is gone. Our airways is super active. So our thoughts, our mental, you feel me? Our crown chakra up here, real sensitive, real pokey, okay? So since we know this up here going, we need to be able to take it in, right? We need to be able to be aware first to be able to take it in. So we can jot it down, so we can get these aha moments, because visualization is here. It's literally saying it's here. It's giving it to us. Venus and Sagittarius in the 3rd house and 2 degrees. It is giving it to us. But are we going to put the energy in? Libra, shout out to Libra. You feel me? They are a cardinal essence. But cardinal air. You need some fire in there. You need some earth in there to ground yourself, to bring it down. So stretching, lifting, cardio, arms. I want to say the scapula. Is that the muscle inside your back when you moving stuff down? You feel me? I don't really know muscles like that, but I'm going to learn muscles like that. I'm gonna be on my muscle knowing information. I don't really know what it's called, but I'm gonna be on it. Yeah, just want us to know this bit about it. But overall, let me read some of these notes that I have around the ascendant. Then we get off the ascendant, okay? But wait. I want to talk about Icarus deity. So, because his deity on our ascendant whole time, we know we finna be extremely raw in creating things. So with this, once again, we need to bring it down. We got the thoughts up here. Ooh, wonderful, fabulous. How are we gonna bring it down? This year we need to focus about bringing it down. This year we need to focus about our mental health, mental energy, mental burnout. It's giving. We need to incorporate more moments of play and movement play. Like, get up out this chair, get it out in that nature. We need to see more greenery. We need to see more, be out in nature. We need to feel the wind and stuff on our body, okay? Very much feel the wind on our body, 100%. We need to watch more games, okay? We need to be playing more games. We need to watch more cartoons. We need to watch more cartoons. We need to watch more cartoons. We need to incorporate more moments of sensory and visuals and pictures, because right here is already saying our brain is on like, you feel me? You just like collecting information, boom, boom, boom. But how are we gonna bring it down? So to bring it down, let's be honest, let's be fair, let's be forthright. I'm gonna break it down if we in school. I'm gonna break it down if we regular people who ain't got no kids, going to regular jobs and going home, running your errands, doing your stuff like that. Then I'm gonna break it down people who got kids. Then we go talk about the chart ruler of the year. I'm gonna go back to Day Dallas, if how you pronounce his name. Talk a little about Icarus. I'm gonna talk about the sun. I'm gonna talk about the notes and some remedies, okay? And I'm gonna try to get out here very soon because I got some errands to run around. So, first things first, what to do? People with, let's do for kids. Let's do kids first. People who got kids, if they in school, the best bet, I'm not gonna lie to you, is to get them a tutor. Review the information at home. Yeah, most definitely review the information at home. I need you to start incorporating independence functioning goals with your children. You're like, girl, what the hell is independent functioning goals? So these are goals that children all need to have that would allow them to be more educationally independent as they continuously grow up, okay? So this allowed them to more so parents, you would need to be more facilitation here, hand over hand. This is what I do now. Show and repeat back to me so I can say yes or no. You feel me? So you need to be very much involved in that area, right? In that essence, Chef Kiss, you need to get them more crayons. You need to go through their book bag. Fifth house, Icarus, Pan. Yeah. Okay, comprehension is really big right here. And I think people are not understanding what you're saying. That clarification thing again. People need to get schedules, visual schedules. You feel me? Like schedules with pictures on it, and then like schedules of time. This is this. You feel me? Review weekly with your child. Let's see. If you start off reviewing it, hey, this is so and so's day. We're gonna do it here. We're gonna do it here. And you get them into that habit. And then you can do the next one. You feel me? So this week we have this. What are you going to do tomorrow? Tomorrow's Monday. What do you do Monday? Okay. If you start off on that essence and do small and do small of groups, you get what I'm saying? To not. The thing here is because there's so much going on mentally, I need us to give it in small pockets, small tidbits type thing. You feel me? So it does not overwhelm, but so it also allows people and parents and children to grow a sense of like independence and trust within themselves, but more so also a check-in facilitation type thing going on. Okay, cool, perfect. I'm a little thirsty. Okay, so kids, I'm not gonna lie to you, they need to do one sensory, one physical, and one mental, like after school, like projects. So you need to be reading. After you do reading, you need to do jigsaw, crossroads, the dots, like, you know, connect the dots. Y'all know, oh my God, this is so lame, but this is kind of super duper raw. Y'all know when I was in like 4th and 5th grade, they had these worksheets, and the worksheets, you had to like solve these problems, and at the problems, they had these riddles connected to the problem. So you had to get the right answer first to match the answer down there to get the, you feel me? So you need to do stuff like that. Also, this year, y'all, this will help with the moon in the Virgo. This year is very important. You know those worksheets where it says like, it's thinking outside the box. That's what people really need to learn this year, is to think outside the box. But there's also a whole lot of shame and like disrespect, and people do think outside the box. It's like, I don't want to go. It's too deep. You feel me? That's another form of astrology video we need to talk about. We need to write about. But it's these worksheets, and it's have like 20 different things on there, and it says, what does this mean? It says stuff like knock down 3 times, or it say like I don't know. It'll say like fire zone, and they have like a flame, and it have like this thing that says zone. You have to understand what it's saying. You feel me? Or it has something that says what's something that's black and white and reads out, that you can read all over, and you know that's a newspaper. So things like that are very important for this year. It assists with like reading between the lines. So reading between the lines is also an area of strategic hand-eye coordination that people have. I need to think about what that's called. I know acronyms, onomatopoeia, personification, all that stuff we should talk about in poetry. Okay, wait. Brain. Let's go back, okay? So let me write this down so I don't forget, because this is for people who are wanting to post books, especially poetry books, children books, smut books is up, y'all. Like, if you get into reading smut material, you feel me? Like, it's up this year. Tragedy, sexual tension within books, that is up this year. So if those are your areas of expertise, you like to write in. It's up this year, okay? It's up this year. If you want to, you feel me, book a reading to see what we need to do, what the cover needs to have to attract the people, hey, let's talk about it. So, I need to say this. Say out loud. Okay. All right, so we did the one with children. If you are an adult, this year is imperative that you, if you're a parent as well, I don't want to say get a fitness routine in for your family, but heart health, cardiac, I just see cardiac, and I just see it in red, and I'm seeing people saying how it's so important, how we need to, cardio and cardiac arrest. It's a conversation. I just see it in newspapers, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, cardiac arrest. We need to be very much of our electrical system, okay? Our electrical system, our cardiac, you feel me? That touches all that stuff, okay? We need to be very mindful of our electric system. Yeah, it says it right there, our electric system. So, spiritual baths is something we need to be up every month type thing. Every 3 weeks if we 100% serious. So, that's something we need to know. I need to go back. So what I'm going back to is what we need to do to keep on. People without kids. No, people with kids and people without kids. Y'all both need to listen to this at this very moment. Nutrition and dietary health is very important this year, especially with hearts. Especially how fast we eat. Especially how late we eat. We need to not be eating late and laying down. We need to also not be eating late working out. We need to I don't know, we need to just really think about that essence, that area, that environment, and prep a schedule that works with our health, that works with our body, that works with our time and our energy, okay? 100%. We need to incorporate more greens, and I'm talking about green fruit as well. So green apples, sour apples is my thing. That's my thing, y'all. That's my thing. But more apples is up. I'm seeing that smoothie people naked I don't know what's going on with them this year, but I see them. I see them in newspapers and I see them on the news. So just keep an eye out for the Naked company or the smoothie company. I think they're called Naked. Yeah. I'm also hearing it's recalls on fruits, and fruits are more so a citrus fruit this year. And then I'm hearing oatmeal. So we need to be very mindful about that as well. Okay. All right, you all. So let's keep going. So people with no kids and adults in general. I need us to be very mindful of incorporating now a cardio, a arm, a finger, a shoulder, a neck, a back routine to stretch. And then I also need us to take a exfoliate. I need us to take our exfoliation very serious this year. 100%. I also need us to take our scalp care this year. Scalp care this year. I need us to be very mindful of our scalp care this year. It just sounded crazy. I'm seeing children's scalp as well as adult scalp. It's very sensitive. Something's going on with the scalp and hair follicles, but I think we need to be very mindful about what we wash our hair with, how often we wash our hair, like our drying method as well. Yeah, not just our preventive hair care method, because I think that's something that we need to be very much mindful about this year. Adults, we need to incorporate more moments of play, more moments of fun. And I see us going out more to more adventures like, bowling and mini golfing. And when we are doing those activities, I see that we're having fun, but I also see that we're touching multiple environments, like touching multiple things. So we're bowling, and then we're touching like cups, and we're touching our mouths, and we're not realizing that those bowling balls are not ours, right? You feel me? We put them fingers in there, and are we washing our hands? Do we have wipes? You feel me? What safety precautions are we doing? Because hands touching mouth and eyes is very up this year, and it's passing like a lot of germs and bacteria, and it's like continuously getting people sick. And I need us to be very mindful about the things that we touch, people who be like in our environment, who we get really close to. Okay, it's given like we're in close environments with people or just in spaces, and we're sharing air, and we need to be very mindful about this. It literally said that the air travel, we need to be very mindful of. Libra 10. We need to be very mindful about that. Seriously. Okay. I silently want to talk about and go back to Libra 10 because we're talking about it right now. Our digestive. We need to incorporate more water, more not fast foods at home, not greasy foods, because it's going to, you feel me? And I'm looking at that intake outtake axis right now, and it's saying we need to drink more water to assist us with the pushing out method. We need to incorporate more movement to assist with the fully pushing out method. Okay. Excellent. Wonderful. Fabulous. So, just look at my time. Okay, y'all. Excellent. So we did cheap people with no parent. Okay, people with no kids. All right, let's do people with no children, adults as well. I need us to be very mindful of our sleep schedule this year. We want to do a lot. We want to accomplish a lot. We need to rest up a lot. That's what that's saying. We can't do nothing. Our body is literally this engine. This is the flesh suit, okay? We're going to talk about Libra 10. Let's talk about it. The flesh suit that carries you around is what? The system that carries you around is what? This body got hella systems within it. 6th house. So each system got its own name. So how do you be aware of their own systems and how they talk to you? You say, girl, how does my body have so many systems? Well, you got your olfactory system. You feel me? You got your gland system. You got your skeletal system. You got your muscular system, you got your cardiovascular system, you got your intestines, you got your brain, you got your stomach, you got your reproductive. Okay. Okay. So all them systems that are individual, they got their own name, like do their own thing, gotta work with this big old bodysuit. You feel me? So who not the diamond? Who not the person to identify, vocalize, visualize, materialize? Do you not drive this force? Are you not the driver here? And when you get into an actual car, are you not the physical driver? You feel me? So this is a year to not downplay yourself at all. Libra 10, I know about the shame. I know about the rejection. I know about the not being validated by the others. So what are you going to do about it? 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 You're gonna let it impact how much you grow this year, how much you accomplish in your lifetime. You're gonna let it impact you, or you're going to eat it. You're gonna let it roll off you. Because everybody, you feel me? We're gonna use those mistakes as experience, right? We're gonna use those spades. We're gonna use them and say, thank you for this wisdom. Thank you for this knowledge. Thank you for this resource. And now I'm going to go mold it in something else, right? So shout out to all them iron workers. Two of spades, stand up. Shout out to all them iron workers. Shout out to all them wood peckers and wood workers. Shout out to you all. Shout out to you all. It takes a hard body, a hard head, a hard mind, a hard heart to do it. But no secret for this year at least. This year's secret is to not let the experiences outside of ourselves mold and hold and stricken ourselves internally. That's the lesson. That's the overall lesson. It's a bunch of minor lessons though, because Data Atlas is right there. He got multiple. If we're starting off right there on the ascendant as him, let's talk. We got a couple stories we need to be very mindful of. How we treat others, especially when they're just a little better than us, especially when they're better, just a little better than us. We cannot dim, or at least we should not dim other people's light. Even if our light's been dimmed, we cannot. Even if we see the light with them and they do not see it with them, we cannot. That's a test. That's another test this year. That's another test. It's a bunch of tests. Relationship tests. How devoted are you to yourself and to your path and to your purpose tests? How devoted are you to your soul? How devoted are you to a growing foundation and success for the longevity? What does it mean to even be devoted? But Venus, the chart ruler, is in the third house. And I like this because third house is all about growing that independence. You feel me? Oof. I can do for self. I can walk for self. I can think for self. But my thing here is that, ew, what's going on? Jeremiah, y'all know that song, Looking Out My Window, I can't help think of you. Oh, that song, Jeremiah, is in my head. What was childhood like? When you looked outside your window, what did you see? And right now, it's kind of given like we see a bunch of different things, a bunch of different layers. But this is a brilliant time of learning to see between the veil. Learning to see the multiple hands people have. Learning to see between the masks people wear. It's a beautiful thing. But it is a wonderful time to see, what is it called? Read between the lines. Listen between the lines. Listen between the lions. People are lying, and all you have to do is listen. All you have to do is listen. I need us to be very mindful of wanting to connect to people and be understood by people. I need us to also be very mindful about having and keeping people around. Just to say you got people around. What do they really bring to you? What sustenance do they really bring to you? This year you're going to be very much experiencing or more so slowly stepping into freedom and what that really means and looks like to you. I want you to think about what it means to express yourself, how you express yourself, especially your clothes, especially your hair, especially your jewelry. I want you to be very mindful about your spending, especially on those beautiful things, right? Especially on jewelry and bracelets and necklaces and anklets and rings and books. We need to be very mindful of our money in general this year. 100%. 100%. We need to, I want to say, learn to fill our own cup. Learn to validate oneself. When you validate yourself, how does it make you feel? What does it even mean to validate yourself? Because we need to validate yourself first to be able to reassure yourself. You need to know who you are, to validate yourself, to reassure yourself. Awareness, getting to know yourself, validation of self, security of self, to build security. One step at a time is something I need to constantly say out loud. I love you all, okay? I love you all. Let's read some of these notes and let's hop into this reading. So, yeah, I wrote that this is going to be a two of spade year. So when I'm praying out these playing cards, y'all know it's going to be a two of spade year. Two of spade. Okay, so I put juggling. I said watch eyes, hands, body, movements, mouths. That's how you're going to know people lying, people off. Especially, you need to be very mindful of is when they're smirking, is when they're laughing, is when they're smacking their lips. Especially when they are scrunching up their lips like, she thinks she all that. You feel me? Them faces, you feel me? That. You gonna peep it, you gonna hear it. You feel me? I ain't want to talk about that Saturn moon. We gonna talk about it just a little bit. A way to work with the Saturn moon is that we should assist the less fortunate. We should assist and really stretching our body. One, assist in giving like intimates and undergarments to children who are less fortunate, women who are less fortunate, families who are less fortunate, donating money, donating funds, especially to churches, especially to nonprofit organizations, especially to small businesses. That would be very mindful, 100%. Saturn moon, people usually say a lot of sad things, you feel me? Yes, 100%. But it's once again all about the perspectives that you are seeing things through. What reality are you seeing things through? And if it's that reality and it don't really match with everything else that's going on, it's really test to make sure that your reality, are you really seeing people? Are you really seeing people? Are you really seeing situations? Are you really seeing your habits? Are you really seeing yourself? Are you really seeing your moves? This is a year you're going to be growing out of a lot of situations. And I might be growing out of jobs, growing out of habits, growing out of environments. Okay? Excellent. Whew. I need us to be very mindful about our subconscious waves, and especially holding in emotions, and how that holding in emotions can impact the body, can impact the mind. I need us to be very mindful about backed up plumbing. Especially when people do infrastructure. Give me 1 second. Backed up plumbing in hella bad, like, I don't want to say infrastructure, but I'm seeing it Gemini, Taurus all summer. Then I see it again, Sagittarius, Scorpio season. You feel me? Like, I need us to be very mindful about that. Especially if y'all got a house, y'all need to check y'all draining. If y'all live on a corner, y'all need to check y'all draining. It's hella sewer action going on. It's also, if y'all want to talk about some stuff. I wrote it down. I want to see if I really wrote it down, because I remember saying how something's going on in the chemicals in the water, but it's also something going on like people dumping. I'm thinking landfills. People are dumping garbage. People are dumping chemicals inside of. It's saying flowers here, 100%, but I'm saying landfills. Yeah, I'm not landfills. I'm seeing lands, like lots of lands full of chemicals in it. And people are dumping chemicals inside of soils, inside of the lands. Yeah. Okay. Keep going. Holding emotions. If you're holding emotions, I need to be very mindful about this. This is one of the years where, like, holding in stuff, especially emotions, can come up through our skin, through our body. I need us to be very mindful about that, okay? So, okay, sorry. Back to plumbing. I would say go to Jupiter for wisdom. This is not a year to be finessing people, finessing situations, to be hiding a hand. You feel me? Say, oh my goodness, say for instance, you're doing something, be like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Actually, I'm gonna use this thing that you gave me. Woo. You're like, well, they ain't finna know. I'm finna do what I gotta do. You feel me? And no, I would not be finessing people's situations, especially if you feel like you can get over on situations. This is not the year. This is not the year. 100% not the year. 100% not the year. Okay. Keep going. Be mindful who you bring home, especially to your house. Okay. I will up condom wear this year. I will also be very mindful about birds, especially in the Eastern Islands, Hawaii, birds in general now. I will also know that birds are bringing communication. I will watch their movement, and I will watch their migrations. They're really trying to say something to us. You can actually feel people this year, and that's what I was saying. Like, Saturn Moon has some really good instances. It allows you to, I don't want to say dead out the room, but it allows you to pick up really, you feel me, what's going on. That's why the moon being in the 12th house is so significant, because we have this feeling of wanting to be connected to people. That's what we're saying. It's really about Sagittarius, really, Venus and Sagittarius. How we need to be very mindful about just not having people around, you feel me? Because, like, what's their substance? Why they here? You feel me? What they bring into your life? What they do for you? Is it reciprocal? Do you just do things for them? What do they do for you? You feel me? Do they fill your cup up? Okay. I will be very mindful of what you feel this year. I will be very mindful of what you feel this year. 100%. Okay. This is an 8 year. I'm hearing everyone saying, oh, this is an 8 year. You feel me? This is an 8 year. And when I think of an 8 year as a playing card, Heidi, I see two people hugging. I say, oh, girl, I ain't seen you in so long. And you hug you. You say, oh, girl, I ain't seen you so long either. You hugging, you feel me? Two people hugging right there. So a lot of forgiveness, a lot of grief, a lot of transmutation, a lot of understanding of feelings. You feel me? I just like to bob my head like that. You see that? Curls for the girls. But Yes. We need to be very mindful about the things that we're sharing, collaborate with, connect. We might see some people we ain't seen in a very long time, okay? We need to take all this stuff in, take all the feelings in. When we in situations and environments we ain't been in before, we need to take it all in, okay? Okay, cool. Perfect. Excellent. I need us to be very mindful of greed and power, especially when people want to be in control of situations. Like, if you really want to know why they want to be in control, let's see. Girl, they ain't never been valid. Oh my god, they're good at. You need to know about yourself, to be aware of yourself, to validate yourself, to reassure. They don't know themselves. They ain't been validated by themselves, so they need other people to validate them. Oh, if you're a teacher this year, teachers. If you work with other people, this will be useful for you. If you work with other people, engage the public. This is a year I would just tell people, have a wonderful day. I am so appreciative for what you brought into the store today. Have a great, wonderful rest of your day. Give people that energy to get the, I want to say to get the fuck out, one. But give people that energy to learn to see themselves as the gold that they are, okay? If we want to finesse something, that's how we gonna finesse. We gonna say, you know what? Thank you so much for the joy you just brought to this register. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day and stay warm, okay? Okay, you gotta give it to them just like that. And they're gonna start, and that's gonna allow people to start. First things first, realizing like, you know what? Today is a good day. You feel me? I'm blessed because I woke up this morning. So awareness of self, awareness of gratitude, then to be able to give it out. Ooh, that's a bad mouth. You feel me? My daddy would say, shut your mouth. But y'all get it, right? If we gonna finesse, we gonna do it for the best. We gonna do it for the best. We gonna pay it forward type thing. All right, cool, perfect, excellent. What time is it, y'all? I guess to get out of here at 6. All right, cool. We got 12 minutes. And when I come back, I do the reading when I come back, okay? But right now I have to do the astrology reading and get that off my chest. So, I want to talk about Icarus, but we already said if you got kids, what to do, so we don't kind of do that. Daddy, I know what the fuck to do. Shut the fuck up. So we ain't got to go through that, you feel me? Because it's in 0, and Icarus be on some, well, I know what's best. Okay, you didn't know what's best. Facilitation parents. Facilitation parents. I love a good facilitation, okay? Facilitation is understanding Moon, Pluto, that your child has their own independence. Every child has independence. Every child is a person, so they have their own independence. It is up to us as adults to guide them, to facilitate them into being the person they are supposed to be. For me, the best is the best. To give them exactly what they need for their growth and development to be the person they are destined to be, okay? Facilitation. Okay, you get me? Okay, cool, perfect. Wonderful. So with that 2 people hugging thing, let's go back. We need to be very mindful with this year of chest, throat, stomach, eyes, and arms. Keep your eyes on waste and ground and chemicals and gas, especially methane. Told you I wrote them notes. Oxidation problem. Yeah, I saw that oxidation problem, especially within the legs, within the skeletal system, especially within feeling burnt out. Okay, so I need us to be very mindful what we invest in, what we put our energy in, especially on the job, especially things we want to accomplish. Okay, especially all the responsibilities that we do have. Okay, especially at home. Perfect. Scheduler. Task maker. You feel me? You got this. You really got this, okay? Wonderful. I got some remedies. Oh, sorry. Let's talk about the 5th house. If our eyes are already on people, the 5th house for us will be our engagements, our social engagements with the groups. Let me pull your coattail right quick, my love. If people already told you they don't like you, if people already showed you that they don't like you, If people have already showed you they do not care for you, what are you going to do? Not engage with those groups, right? Right. Good job. Excellent. But something we can do is that this year this is kind of super duper giving. We are assisting our lineage and continuously stepping up. And this year, collectively, this would be a wonderful year for us to see where our lineage is. Be honest about ourselves. Be honest about the situations. Where they at? Where was their highs? Where was their lows? What were their relationships about? What was their kids? Their understandings about. Where are they at? You feel me? Overall, where we at overall? Be realistic, be honest, you feel me? So we can set better foundations to build off to skyrocket, you feel me? So if we know that, Aquarius, we know that, you feel me? We come from people, where are Uranus at, girl? Girl, we come from some psychic people, huh? Oh, we come with some inventors with our hands. So, for instance, we know that we come from some people, some real genius individuals who are talented with their hands, maybe talented with their voices, maybe talented with engaging with people, okay? Maybe politics, they're really good in that, you feel me? They're really good at seeing the patterns and situations and knowing how to work them. Whatever that is. What are we going to do to add off of that? You feel me? That's saying we should use ancestral understandings and informations and goals to our benefit to step off of. It's literally saying we have the baton this year. If they literally told you got the baton, you gonna hesitate? You gonna ignore it? What you gonna do? Because here it literally say we can hella ignore it. And then we come back to it in Aries season when we could have took them 2 months to understand it, to start preparing during Aries season. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Let me go back to those. Okay, cool. Okay, their plumbing issues, their gutter issues, their leakage issues, their water septors issues, holding water issues, mildew issues. I'm seeing a lot in people's basements. I'm seeing a lot in people's attics. I'm seeing a lot on people's roofs. Roof gardens, I feel like people are going to implement them to assist as a irrigation, to soak up the water. I don't know, but I see people doing stuff like that, okay? Also, people might be doing different material. It's giving like a concrete-ish. It's not concrete. It's something that you grow. And I've seen this color before. And they're doing it on houses and roofs, especially rooftops, to assist with, I don't know. It's giving installation, but it's also assisting. It's like people don't need to get as much work done. I don't know. That's not my area of work. I don't know. That's your area of work. Power to it, okay? So, we already got that down. So, the plumbing issues, be very mindful about Scorpio season, Cancer season, Taurus season, Capricorn season, Virgo season. Fumes, you might smell you might smell eggs. Respiratory, facial, and body steaming, especially during those time periods as well. If you don't have the energy for it, especially the devotion, the love to do something, please do not do it this year, okay? Please, it's a no. Your body gonna say, no, you feel me? You feel me? No, don't do it, 100%. Before you engage, ask yourself, why am I doing this? What is it going to give me? What is it going to do for me? Remedies. Be very mindful of consuming acidic fruit. Acidic reflux. Extra spit, especially saliva flow. It's extra saliva in your mouth, okay? Extra mucus, extra phlegm. I need to be very mindful about that. So be very mindful about your pop intake. Be very mindful about, okay, y'all, we're doing good. Your pop intake, your, what is it called? When you drink too much stuff with sugar, stuff like that. Be very mindful about that because you get extra phlegm. Be very mindful of mucus, phlegm in throat, mouth, and eyes. Be very mindful of consuming high sugar contents. Excuse me, to not increase of mucus production in respiratory system. So now let's talk about things that people should do this year. People should, if you are interested in dropping poems or a book of poetry, that would be very, 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 very useful this year. If you're into dropping smut content or reading that area, that adult fiction, smut, sexual fantasy, all that good stuff, that's up this year. That's up this year. That's up. That's up. That's up this year. But overall, you all, I need us to be very mindful about our decision making this year. How fast we move, really what we moving into, how fast we allow people to come into our lives, how fast we make friends, how fast we allow people to come into our intimate spaces, okay? This is a very important year of getting to the basics. And that really means your bedroom. That really means your house. How can you make your house more comfortable, more you, more nurturing? Huh? I'm talking about them cotton sheets. I'm talking about those delicious, soft pillowcases. I'm talking about those new house shoes. I'm talking about that comfortable cotton robe. I'm talking about those more 1,000 or maybe 7,000 cotton spread sheets and duvet. Who knows? But I know we need to incorporate more of a cooling facet in our house, especially when we're sleeping. I will see you all momentarily for the card reading of the yearly message. I love you all. All right, you all, before we get involved in part two, you all, I just quickly want to go over something because I was really thinking in my head, you feel me, that we need to do a playing card, you feel me, for one side of the brain and a like oracle card to assist with the visual understanding the other side of the brain, right? But then it made me think about inner child, right? And we always love to talk about inner child. Wonderful. But what if we talked about collectively, you feel me, like the collective understanding of childhood or the collective understanding of developing as a child, right? That is, we need to look at that, okay? And I just want us to look at that because we each have our own definition of childhood, right? We each have our own definition of what it means to stand and be an individual. We each have our own individual needs and ways of learning. You feel me? So childhood is an individualized path. And because this is a collective reading, I am going to read, or more so pull, a inner child beyond oracle card. I'm going to use a playing card because it's not giving inner child, but it's more so giving like inner tween, inner teen, and then like inner young adult. It's really giving that. It's also giving fear, slight abandonment, especially when like starting new projects, being in new environments, being in new places, uncertainty, you feel me? So there are a lot of feelings, and I just want to say slow steps. That's something we need to be very much aware of, but we also need to be aware of I want to really say like our own, like we can kind of like put a fixed mindset about what a situation can be or what it look like, and we should not have it, okay? We should not do that. I want us to take a step out of that from that sense, and to more so like be open and to be available to the feelings that come up, you feeling, to these new experiences. I want us to be able to try. I want us to be able to go out there and at least initiate, you feel me? Like, we ain't gotta be out there trying, just like stepping out there all by ourselves. We can be holding on to the wall. You feel me? When you first learn to swim, they're not like, all right, deep in immediately. No floaties. Everybody jump in. No, you feel me? Then it'd be too much shock, too much fear. We need to be slow and steady. And when we do have those shock and those fears, I feel like in that moment, we should be able to take a step back. Like, oh, this is a lot. Let me regroup myself, regather myself, check in with myself, you feel me? And then step forward. So it can low-key give group race, individualized path. Okay? I need us to see that. And also, we have a lot of children, individualized person, individualized people. Assist them to the individualized person that they are. They each have individual needs. Yeah, they might like the same thing. Yeah, they overall, you feel me, the same, but they have individual needs. And we need to see things from that perspective to give people exactly what they need when they need it. You feel me? Generalization of things doesn't allow one to really grow awareness to oneself, okay? I had to say that. And it really eats, am I gonna lie, because Pluto's about to go into Aquarius, Icarus is there in 0 degrees, Pan is there, and that's why I'm saying all this, because, you feel me, we can have this sense of like realization that we have full control, and it's like, actually, it's bigger than what we know, you feel me? It's more compartments. And this is why I'm saying, if we start scheduling and then do compartmentalization now, Aquarius season, so when Pisces season come, it'll be very beneficial to us. We'd be able to flow with our own energy, be aware of our own energy, and then be aware of the cyclical energies that are going on. And if he's like, what do you mean cyclical energies? Because Saturn is here, opposition of the moon. I need us. I want us. I need us. It's imperative to be very mindful of the moon's movements. Moon's phases. Yes, you can do your first quarter, your third quarter, your new moon, your full moon, your amphibious moon. You can do all that. You can do all that. You can really do all that. But right now, I need us to be very mindful about new moons, full moons, lunar and solar eclipse. New moons, full moons, lunar and solar eclipse. Okay. The first lunar eclipse, I think, happens in March, and then I think the lunar solar eclipse happened in April. So these are things we need to be very mindful about. So watch the moon flows, watch our own energy flows. I'm saying watch our energy flows every day. We need to be very mindful about that, okay? Very mindful about that. We need to be very mindful about our immune system, especially if the things that we invest ourselves and our energy into, we need to be very mindful about their own impact, their own weight, their own, I don't want to say baggage, but their weight, because that's energy taken, consuming out of your energy level. If you got 100%, you feel me? If you're in that game and you're doing 5 tasks and each task has, 15 degrees or 15% of energy you take, you feel me? So 100 minus 15, 75. Wait, sorry, my bad. Minus 15, 85. Minus 15, 60. Minus 15, 45. So you got 45% of energy when you originally had 100. Now, if my math is wrong, look, I'm sorry, y'all. Look. Okay, but from that perspective, how are you going to then fill your cup up? How are you going to then sorry, that's not where I wanted to go, but I do want to say that. How are you going to... Oh, sorry. What I wanted to go to is using your energy level up, and from that you can deplete yourself, and from that you can I don't want to say make yourself sick, but it can lead to yourself to burnout, lead yourself to needing rest, needing more rest. That means you're going to have to implement more rest. That means your schedule's going to then have to change a little bit so you can then implement more rest in your schedule. You feel me? So this schedule, it needs to be like rest, 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 complete work, monetarize monetizing our energy. Okay, I'm down with that. Be very mindful about the services you give and how much energy those services take. You feel me? If you want to do that service, how long do you want to do it? If you want to do it for 6 months, are you going to have that money, that energy, that mindset for 6 whole months? Are you going to have a schedule and a time set to do everything, to edit, what everything needs to go with that? You feel me? So think about things fully. Think about things fully. Think about things fully. Okay, good job. Excellent. So, yeah. Ooh, I'm seeing that pre-adult. Yeah, when you first, yeah, right when you, okay, so this is I'm seeing preteen, I'm seeing teenager, the inner child. I'm going to do inner child reading second. I'm seeing preteen. So right as you're like 8th grade, about to go into high school, I see as a little kid beginning school, that person, that little person in you, that little child in you. I also see sophomore, junior you. So sophomore summer, junior year you. But I really see about to go away to college, you feel me? About to get your own independence. That you. When that you comes up, I need us to be very mindful about that, because it's kind of giving eros here. We need to be very mindful about one's own programming, to be mindful of it, to reprogram themselves. And this really goes back to the winter solstice. You see how the winter solstice began the story, and the New Year message or the New Year reading more so just like flows along with it. We should check that out. But those are the inner us that we need to be very mindful of. This year, overall health-wise, eros. Just talking about eros. Okay, so that sexual desire, sexual need is very strong here. I need us to be very mindful of who we relate to, like who we get in relationships with, and really ask ourselves, what is the real reason for you to connect with this person, okay? Okay, cool, excellent, 100%. Also, it's kind of giving, can be complacent, and also like, I don't want to say stunting one's own self's growth to assist people with their own growth, but if people do not want to continue growing and developing, we each have layers, we each have motives, we each have understandings, and that's the brilliant and wonderful thing, okay? Use the information wisely. Use the information wisely. Money this year, I would very much be up on saving. I would not be telling nobody my moves. I would not be telling nobody about my money. I'd be very much playing cards close to chest, 100%. I'll be very mindful about who I would get in relationships again, because it's very much you inputting a lot and you're not getting your cup full. And I need you to see that beginning. I need you to see that at the beginning. You feel me? Like 100%. We can be desiring people, but why are we desiring these people? Like, you feel me? What are they really going? You feel me? What are they going to do for you? Why do you want them? What are they going to make you feel? You feel me? 100%, 100%. This is a really good year to learn loyalty to self, though. Oh my goodness. To dive deeper into your own understandings of yourselves, your own approaches to life. It's wonderful with that. I would be very mindful who you talk to about, especially gossiping. I would not be gossiping with people, for real, for real. It's kind of giving people get like fake motives, fake desires, fake needs to be around people. I would hella peep that and just like not. This year, I'm not gonna lie to you all, it's very imperative that people trust diviners. Also, the frauds, The frauds will be obvious. The frauds will be put to test. Just saying, you feel me? If you about it, you feel me? Everyone is going to be tested this year. If you about it, you about it. If you're not about it, it will be obvious. It will be shown. It will be shown. We have to be aware of that. We have to be aware of that. Credibility is 100% something we need to be very mindful about. Okay. But back to diviners, it's very important that divination is used appropriately. It can be used as a good foundation tool. I'll probably get readings done monthly. Monthly readings are very imperative and more so used to understand like the monthly energy and flows to work and to walk through it. But you can get that in, I don't know, I would really do a one-on-one because of how this chart is set up. I would find, this is the year to find a reader, a spiritual worker, someone who does like, you know, readings or something, services that will allow you to better understand yourself, your path, your purpose. This is very much a really good year for that, 100%. I would take notes if I were you. I would get a recording. I would take notes. I would watch the recording more than once, 100%. It will also assist you in like holding yourself more accountable, okay? Understanding your own self and your own patterns, and more so learning to be responsible and respectful of self. What really does that mean, okay? Okay, cool. Also, if you're thinking about starting the business, I would get a service and I would get a reading done because it would assist you knowing your business plan, your business motives, what you need for your business, how to, Pisces would be the services you will need. My bad, that's Aquarius, huh? Aquarius would be the type of people you need to the type of service, like, you know, how to meet your people, how to meet your crowd type thing in the services. So I would very much book readings. Get yourself a trusted reader. Get yourself a trusted reader. Get yourself a trusted reader. And also, I have to say this: years does not mean that they have wisdom. Even if they're young in the game, do not discount them. Okay? Here, it's very much saying people are only going to take wisdom in from people who look like they have wisdom. So age and like. And there are many steps of, I promise you, wisdom, experience, learned. There's something here about filing paperwork, but I'm really not trying to read into it at all. I'm not trying to read into a whole lot of stuff. We already did that. We already did money. We already did health. Oh, love. Let's talk about love. This year, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I almost said fast, like relationships that end quickly. It happens this year, okay? I need us to be very mindful about that. I need us to be very mindful also about our quickness of wanting to get with people and wanting to attain people. We need to fully start seeing people. I want to say vetting people, but that's not really the word. It's being aware, getting to know. This is a really getting to know stage of people, okay? More so communicating, understanding. Body language is here very hard, very heavy. We need to be paying attention to body language. But relationships, we might want to get with people. We might want to really freak on people. But the people we need to get with, make sure that they understand that we have our own sense of freedom, our own definitions of what it means to be ourselves. And those people need to have those same understandings, right? They need to have that sense of like not controlling oneself. You feel me? Not controlling a relationship, but understanding we are two individuals wanting to be together. Two individuals. Individualized path. Merging to assist, to grow, you know what I mean? With each other. We need to have that understanding, okay? Perfect. Excellent jobs. Okay, we can talk about it. that quick burnout can really happen, especially if we're not mindful about what we're managing and putting our energy into. We might feel like we're not completing a lot at work, and I just want to say, write the task down, mark it off. You will see your energy, you will see your investments, you will see what you invest in things. You feel me when I say investments. I need us to be very mindful of, like, it's given like being you're overstimulated. You can be very overstimulated at work. I would honestly take a break and to go outside, take a break and to watch cartoons. You need to very much up your intake, sensory intake at least, sensory wind down at least, especially at work, especially at the job. 100%, 100%. Also, dried fruit. Dried fruit is going to be very important for people this year. I see it like as a little snack on the go. Things like that, little snacks, little dried fruits, natural products, natural snacks, applesauce. Give me a second. Applesauce would be Pisces. Yeah, I can see that. People wanted more applesauce. Hi, I'm looking at my cat, y'all. He's looking right at me. If people smart, they would pick up on like little smoothies and little juices, like juiced juices, and they would make stuff like that. I think that'd be a really good business idea for real. It could be delicious juices, and it doesn't have to be about weight loss or anything. It could just be natural products. People need to have natural juices without all the sugar intake and all this other stuff in it. So that'd be a really good, ability to have for people. Also, I'm seeing Meals on Wheels be very influential, especially coming back, communal. Yeah, Meals on Wheels. That means something's going on with DoorDash and all those products. Give me a second. Yeah, they're working. It's like something's going on with business and they're pushing things out way too quickly. And all I'm seeing is like when things are pushed out way too quickly, things aren't ready on time. Things can be missed. Things can be forgotten. Things can be wrong. I can also see they can burn out way more people way more often. Things can get lost in the mail. People just really unsure. So yes, okay, too deep. All right, y'all, let's get the playing card message. Okay, 4 of Hearts. I like that. Rest and rejuvenation is needed for the body's growth successfully. It is. That also talks about massaging your scalp, massaging your body. Bodies might be more, I don't want to say dry, but it's not oily either. We need to think about like, I want to say lubing up our body, but that just doesn't sound, lubricating our body also sounds really crazy. We need to be very mindful of how we address our skin, especially with oils and butters and lotions and creams. We need to be very mindful about like oily components and substances putting on our face and our body. Especially with the moon being here in Virgo, like we need to not oil. Our face can be way more oily, acne prone, especially if we have oily, dry skin. We need to very much think about incorporating more saunas, more dried foods, not as much oily foods, not as much oily when you do dressings on your, yeah, you did. Also, it's giving, when you get bumps on your face around here because there's a lot of oil buildup. So if we do that, we need to be incorporating more waters, more breads, more fruits. I'm really seeing that. Peaches would be cool, but we also need to be very mindful of drinking water with peaches. I see more people getting into using like leaves of fruits to like steam off to calm down the throat and the lymph nodes, especially with like dry, raspy coughs. I see people doing more saunas. And if gyms don't have that, it'll be very beneficial for people to have saunas like that. Eight of spades, 10 of clubs, 7 of clubs. I said it was a 2 of spades. I wonder why the 8 of clubs is reversed. Wow, and it's reversed for real. So the 8 of clubs is literally reversed, and I don't understand because I literally just cleansed this deck and then I flipped everything upright. So here we need to be very mindful about our energy. For me, this is the being able to control oneself. This is being able to we also, okay, this year I wanted to briefly say this. We need to be very mindful about our sexual energy, especially not getting it up, not being wet enough. I would talk more about that to a doctor. I would talk more to about a doctor with that. It's also a really good time period to think about your relationship with your parents. Your own devotion, your own relationship to your children, if you have children, or to your inner child, your inner you. This is a good time period to look at your own inner devotion, your own inner relationship with that. Because here it's just saying, and I want to say it in harmony. It's really that, just not harmony working. And I feel like the harmony that we need to be very mindful of is our own decisions. We don't want to have our thoughts and our decisions go, separate ways, or our hearts and our decisions go separate ways. We need them to be in harmony, okay? And that also saying we need to be aware of what's really going on, because if we're unaware, we're just making decisions just off the fly. 8 of spades, that can really entrap us. That can really, I don't want to say we can set ourselves up for danger, but we can set ourselves up for danger if we're not really seeing the things that we're walking into. It goes the 8 of spades, 10 of clubs, and if this was the ace of club upright, it would be 11 of clubs. So 11 of club plus 7 of club. If this is a 8 of club, it'll be an 8 of club. Sorry, so it'll be 11 of club and 8 of club. So here we would then be able to be in flow with the divine assistance, to walk within it, to realize that we are an individual that are on each individualized path, to pick up the understandings that through each experience we should be able to take something in, to use our energy wisely. But it also tells us at the beginning that we're going to have to learn some lessons to be able to understand the energy, to be able to move in the right way appropriately. So the 8 of spades can be more so our coattails being pulled. But the 8 of spades can also be us being able to pay more attention to the feelings, the senses that's going on here. We need to be very mindful about the things, the patterns, the behaviors, and the realizations. Or more so, we need to be very mindful about the steps we choose. Okay. 10 of clubs. This year it's gonna be heavy, okay? But this is letting us know we need to put the energy, or more so the right mindset and the right energy alongside, to be very mindful about the paths we stepping on, who we rocking with, who we connecting, so we can be mindful about our own decisions. What I really love about the 7 of club coming is that it's a clarity that's gonna come regardless. And it's going to always show us more so the Saturn moon, you feel me? This is a Saturn Mars right here. Saturn. What I really love is that we think about that this is a long year, a year that we're gonna be all alone. But it's actually us realizing our flow within the situations and people. Our relationships, our jobs. It's really giving our relationship, our parents, our siblings, our aunts and our uncles. But this is not a year where we get stuff done alone. This is a year of us having to work with others. But what I really love is that it's the 10 of diamonds. 10 of diamonds we're going to put right on top of the ace of clubs. Because the diamonds, as I like to say, is also fiery, but it's fiery from the sense of grounded. And here, with the clubs, if we use it as a mindful sense of being aware, we can be mindful about our own energy, our own fire, but the steady paths and patterns we get things done on. So we can watch our task. I want to see what's going on. Oh, yeah. This eats. You go to 2 of spades, it goes 6 of spades, 10 of spades, 2 of spades, 8 of hearts. So the 2 of spades is actually the savior, because it's going to allow you to be mindful of your spirits, your spirit guides, your ancestral guides who walk along the path with you, to be able to hear them and see them and to pay attention to them. But this is all a test for you to be able to trust yourself, to be able to trust them. Talk about it. King of Hearts. Let's talk about it. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it, bro. I'm not. Let's get it. Force. That's what it's saying. That's what I meant to say. Aries. All right, so my phone is about to die, so let's quickly do this message. We need to be very mindful about what our nose and what we're smelling. Our sensory glands can assist with getting it up. Okay. Our smell glands as well. Our sensory and our smell glands. Also, our ears are very influential and sensitive this year. Okay. Our ears, our earlobes, our hands, our shoulders. But it needs to go in that order. Okay. We got the quest. Ooh, the mother, the story, and safety. The quest is all about you are starting a new journey, you are initiating a new journey, and you are stepping into an unknown territory. But here your senses are needed. Here your animals are needed. Here your pets, animals all around you, insects, birds, pigeons, geese, cats, and dogs, and if you see rabbits outside, they are all influential, and they want you more so to pay attention of it. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to yourself at night, pay attention to your energies at nighttime, pay attention to your dreams, especially around the full moon, The next one is the mother. How are you mothering and nourishing yourself internally? And what does it mean to mother yourself? What does it mean to nourish yourself? What does it mean to fill your cup? These are things I want you to think about this year, especially when you are nourishing the new version of yourself, but all the inner layers of yourself, okay? To make sure that this tree, to make sure that this armor, to make sure that this body, this vessel that we have is being adored, adorned, understood, and the foundations needed to make it secure inside wholly is being checked on and monitored, so we can continue growing, right, into the best version, into the strongest version, into the most secure versions of ourselves and who we're supposed to be. The next one that leads into the story has insects, it has ladybugs, it got a snail, it got all these big, beautiful, wonderful things, right? So these are things that we need to be very mindful of, not just our own story, but all the stories that are going around us, right? And then finally, we come back into what it means to be whole, what it means to see things from the big picture. But really, what does that mean for you right now at the beginning of the year? How do you see yourself right now? But how do you start growing that eye, growing that awareness to start stepping into the you for this year, stepping to your goals for this year? And really, that's defining and deepening what does those goals mean, the steps I need, the energy levels invested in it, and how is it really going to impact me? You feel me? Do you understand? The back of the deck. Community. Oh my goodness, this is hilarious. And then embrace. Y'all, we cannot do this alone. This is not a singular story where we're on a singular path that loops with other people's paths, journeys, histories, lineages. We need to pick them up and be more aware of them. We need to be more aware of the previous story, steps, and I want to say habits, so we don't fall into, previous traps. It's kind of given we need to be very mindful of nightmares silently. I love you all. I am grateful for you all. I am honored. I am loved. But most importantly, I love you all. I can't wait until the horoscopes are done, until the yearly message is written up. I'll see you on thememoryastrology.com.